Trying to think where I even want to start. I honestly have no idea where I want to start today. I'm just so beyond all of this garbage at this point. I thought I was gonna come on here and be just screaming my head off right away, but I don't even know if I have it in me because I'm just fed up and so used to this crap at this point. Mets lose 9-6 to the Cincinnati Reds, though, in game 8 of the regular season. Yes, game 8. And as you can see in the title, this team drives me 8 games season. Before I jump in there, leave a like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. I'm doing a quick intro. I don't even know if I want to break this down inning by inning and go full in depth because what is there to say? Right? Here's your breakdown. Luis Severino got into trouble in the second inning and allowed 2 runs, worked his way out of it. There was also some poor defense in there. There was an error by McNeil. Tyrone Taylor needs to catch a damn ball in the outfield. I know the sun was bothering him out there, but you got to be able to field that ball better. And regardless, so out of all that, he gets out of it, and then he cruises his way along the rest of the outing. And the thing that's even more annoying is the offense had unsung heroes today. And for an offense that's been piss poor all year, there was unsung heroes. Omar Narvaez got the Mets started offensively with an RBI single to tie the game up at 2 after there's 2 walks or a walk and a hit by a pitch. Nimmo gets a double. We've been begging for him to hit the baseball. He got 2 today. He got a double. Made it 4-2. Next inning, Tyrone Taylor gets a double, 5-2. You would think this team's in the damn driver's seat. Severino with another solid inning. Allowed a triple, but another solid inning. All right. Not a bad spot. 6th inning. Again, nothing really comes from it. And then Jake Diekman comes into the game and he gets the 2 outs so easily. And then it became an adventure with not having any sort of command. Walks De La Cruz, hits someone. And then you have the most ridiculous shit happen here as there was a single that scored a run and then a double steal scored another run, 5-4. Not a big deal, right? Yohan Ramirez comes in the 7th, though, has a fine inning. And then the 8th inning, he just lost it. He just lost it. You had a balk in there. You have Omar Narvaez not being able to hold on to the baseball. You got runners advancing because Pete Alonso, as the cutoff guy, is deflecting the ball away. Brett Beatty, I love him. He had a good game at the plate. I can't even fault him entirely for playing that ball poorly because I don't know why Lindor was played where he was. And there was a lot of unfortunate things that went the Mets' way in that inning. But the long story short is I have so many questions with Carlos Mendoza's decision-making in this game. So Diekman comes in. All right, fine. Well, first of all, Severino, how many pitches was he at? Trying to find that out right now. He was at, where is it? 99. I can't even fault him for not wanting to go to 100 pitches there. But if your bullpen's that short, I have just so many questions. Why don't you try him for one more inning at the very least? Because he started to get more comfortable. Why don't you try another inning? And my other question is, if there truly was a shortage in the bullpen where it was Diekman, Ramirez, and Lopez as the only guys available, why couldn't they send down Reed Garrett, who for some reason was unavailable as well? I know he pitched 3 innings, but if he was unavailable, why do they not use his minor league option to send him down and get a fresh arm up? Because it put them in a spot where Ramirez, I can't even be too mad at him entirely. I get that he didn't do well in that inning there, in the 8th inning, but I have a hard time blaming him when he's supposed to be pitching just 1 inning. And you asked him to give 2. Granted, yes, he should be able to at least control the inning a little bit better and not throw 40 something pitches. But at the same time, if your bullpen is that short, why don't you get a fresh arm up? When either way, though, I have a hard time understanding why they had Johan Ramirez come in to face the part of the order that he did regardless. Because wasn't that the top of the order when he came into the game? Yeah, faced the top of the order. And I get that he handled it well, but middle of the order comes up. Why didn't they just go with Lopez for an inning and then maybe an out or two in the 8th? And if things go wrong, then you bring Ramirez in to finish off the game. But instead, they tried with Ramirez way too much, and they waved the damn white flag, and then it took towards the end of the inning for Lopez to warm up. And Julio Teheran was warming up in the bullpen. Julio Teheran was warming up in the damn bullpen, too. I just question the decision-making there. But that's not to excuse Lindor, who went 0 for 5 yet again. And listen, I'm not on the whole train at all. Obviously, I'm not, because it's just complete and utter douche that some people are like this, where Lindor's wife before the game's tweeting that people are sending death threats to her, to Lindor himself and their family. That's completely stupid. And if you're doing that, please get some fucking help, because you're insane if you're doing that. If you want to criticize his performance on the field, 1, do it to amongst yourself and your friends. 2, do not bring people and threaten people, because you're just complete and utterly scummy if you're doing that. So please get yourself under some fucking control. Even though I'm ranting about this team and pissed off, I'm also pissed off because there are people like that that truly are scummy. But for the performance, it annoys me that Lindor went 0 for 5. It annoys me that Alonso went 0 for 5 on top of poor play in the field from him. When the meat of your order, I understand that they got 5 runs this game, but when the meat of your order is not giving you the, not just, I'm not talking like the middle and top, but your 2 best hitters, 2 and 3, give you nothing in the hit column, you are going to have a hard time winning the baseball game regardless. Your backup catcher went 3 for 4. That is unsustainable right there. And I talk about things that are sustainable and not here. That is one of the things that is just not sustainable. Omar Narvaez is not going to get 3 hits in a baseball game every time he's the backstop. And listen, Nimmo, he shut me up, because I thought Alvarez should have been in the lineup DHing, but I wish he was able to play the field, because Harrison Bader, I cannot stand watching him swing the damn stick up there. And maybe it would have made a difference. I don't know, but Beatty and Marte did fine. And like I said, Narvaez did good at the plate. Nimmo did good at the plate. The offense did fine, where I can't even blame them entirely. My blame goes on the bullpen, which, of course, the one time the bullpen is not nails is when they score 6 runs in a baseball game. And Carlos Mendoza for essentially waving the white flag in the 8th inning of this baseball game by not bringing in Lopez. It drives me insane that he got as much leeway as he did. Once that ball game was tied, Lopez should have been in this game in a damn heartbeat. There's not a single rhyme or reason Lopez shouldn't have been in the game once Ramirez allowed that hit by De La Cruz. There was just no reason. I can't get it. I cannot get it at all. And it just annoys me. Like, because Severino, he had a poor second, got out of the gym, and he settled in and was fine after. But the bullpen didn't have his back today. And your 2 and 3 hitters went a combined 0 for 10 today. Not even a walk between both of them. I don't know what to say right now. All I could say is that they need Martinez up. I would say even call Vientos up because I am getting so sick of this Harrison Bader thing very quickly because he got a hit, sure, but his at bats look non-competitive. Alonso and Lindor need their at bats to look competitive because the amount of times both of them just had like 1-2 pitch at bats drove me insane today. And then the bullpen situation needs to be cleaned up, like in terms of the decision making, because on top of all that, this is all a downward spiral effect on the way that the bullpen's been handled throughout the season, right? Like this has been a downward spiral effect because you have guys that wouldn't have needed to work 2 days in a row if in game one versus the Tigers, they just took care of business, right? Like this wouldn't have been an issue if the bullpen was handled better in that game. And my other question is this too. Why is Julio Teheran on the roster if he's not making a start for a bit too? I yet again pose the question, why not have another arm in the bullpen versus putting Teheran on the roster immediately? I don't know. I don't know what there is to say other than this has all just been a downward spiral effect and the Mets are just finding ways to lose by themselves. Mendoza says that Diekman, Ramirez, and Lopez were the only arms available. I just have so many questions about this. And yeah, Sevy was good considering Taylor misplayed a ball. McNeil made an error, which increases pitch count. And that's what's even more infuriating is they got in their own damn way yet again. Why did they get Bader and Sevy in the first place knowing how bad they are? Bader, I got no idea. He should not be making 10 million to be a defensive specialist. Severino did fine. I am Severino. I am not going to blame one bit for this game because a lot of it was like I would say pretty much. Nah, I shouldn't say none of it, but a lot of it was just not on him and was on poor defense. I was fine with what Severino gave. And yeah, they could salvage the series here, but it's games like this where it's infuriating, where you look back on the damn calendar at the end of the season and it's like, this was one of those winnable games. Because on the surface, yeah, I'm pissed off over game 8 and they still could win the series here against the Reds. But this is just me reacting to this game as the way this game is. And I hope saving the bullpen was worth it later on because there's no way you could convince me that there was a way of avoiding this between using Reed Garrett's minor league option, between waiting to activate Teheran and putting him on the roster, whether it's just biting the bullet and throwing your hands up saying, all right, Ramirez couldn't get it done. Let's put Lopez in, try to get 2 innings. If not, so be it. And we're going to have to we're going to have to put a guy in for a third straight day. And I don't see why it would have hurt too, considering they were used in a 12 o'clock game on Thursday. And I get that this is an afternoon game too, but I don't know. I got no answers to this. Other than this just sucks. It just sucks. And all I could say is let's hope they salvage the series tomorrow. Sean Manaea will be on the bump, like you mentioned in the chat. Now the bullpen's fresh. So hopefully that fresh bullpen could salvage you the series, and hopefully the offense shows up. Because I got no idea if they will or not. You just don't know what you're getting. And they just find ways to lose regardless. So, and that's my overreaction. And I hope that I end up being wrong. And I'll be very happy to be wrong. But it's just infuriating. It is so infuriating and tiring, games like this. Leave a like on your way out if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Met fans. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live on the channel next. We'll be back at it again tomorrow.